superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the Las Vegas Raiders. And off we go from Las Vegas. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Play action now. Bridgewater. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rusher's right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit. But it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 58 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
It's caught at the 10. Touchdown Raiders. Tyron Johnson. 62 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Bridgewater's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Bridgewater. And the Raiders have got him. Give that sack to the linebacker, Jayon Brown.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Hunter Renfrow deep to return for the Raiders. Taking it about the 16. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. 7-7, our score after 1. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Card out a throw. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
There to make the stop was John Jenkins. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Jacobs from the gun. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. The football, it's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Bridgewater on first down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Bridgewater's throw here taken in by Gesicki. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Quickly a slant to Renfro. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and have the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfro from 13 yards out. And the Raiders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And some room to maneuver. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Cedric Wilson, 70 yards. And the Dolphins have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 29, Carr. The slant connects with Devontae Adams. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing on first down is Carr. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time we look, under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And remember, here on a miss, this is a live football. And he will be out of bounds. So a clever idea on the run back, but the field goal unit able to stop him before he could really get going. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. But we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Able to connect with Jacobs. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Carr to throw. A dump off for Abdullah. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
And that absolutely cannot happen. Just a gain of a yard in this situation, you've got to get chunks of yardage. Otherwise, the defense, very happy with what you're doing.
Carr. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen? And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A Raider first down, Carter Renfro.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Room for Jacobs there on first down as he takes this one forward for a pickup of about 7.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score in OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head, we could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all, and then to get there and finish it what I would call an old school way, a running play, because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again, just a great, great game that we bore witness to.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Now the first throw in overtime for Bridgewater. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Bridgewater's throw is taken in by Waddle.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
A contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. That one covers 29 yards. First down. To throw, Bridgewater.
Tyreek Hill's got another one. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. From the 25 on second down, Bridgewater. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped it up, Hill diving, and he's got it full extension. What a catch. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call. But when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. First shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Mostert.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. To throw, it's Carr.
And he'll look downfield for Waller.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime.
So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Overtime with 2 minutes to play. We are in sudden death, but still all tied up. First down, Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's Bridgewater.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. This to win it in overtime. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good. And they have won it here in double overtime. So this one a victory for the Raiders. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Celebration time tonight on the Strip as we say so long from Las Vegas.